Hey everybody, this is Carlos. This is episode 4. Let me get that in frame. This 4 of the Nerd Day podcast, and we're talking about one of my favorite things I saw yesterday: PlayStation 5. See what I did there? 5. Got 5 fingers. It's a joke. It's a joke. We get it. I get it. You get it, right? Yeah. I'm looking at myself. I should be looking. Hi. Hello. I'm getting better at this. I got a new kind of setup here that you can't see. I'm using my microphone. I would like some feedback. I've been sending it to friends like needlessly, like all the time, just being like, "Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me?" So thank you to Brianna and Susan for putting out with my shite for 2 days. That's been like all week actually. But I got like a USB mic that I usually use for my wrestling podcast, which you can check out at if you search The Entrance Ramp on YouTube. We go every week. We're changing our format tomorrow. Very exciting. But I usually plug that into like my laptop or the one I borrow from my wife because we are poor. But yeah, I usually use that. I'm using that right now, kind of plugging it in here. That's nonsense. It's nonsense. What am I talking about? Who cares, right? Who cares about what I'm using for a setup when there is PlayStation 5 news, guys? As you saw with my last video that I published a few weeks back, I was talking about Xbox and how like I really want them to win. They're doing really well. I've been a PlayStation guy. So, but it's just like they're just knocking it out the park with messaging. We haven't heard at the time of recording, and honestly until last week, notwithstanding the circumstances of what's going on in America, we haven't heard much from Sony. We heard some like scuttlebutt, and there was like Mark Cerny's like. I feel rude saying this, but like a very boring, like CES talk. Like it was, as many people mentioned online, it definitely felt like it was for CES people. Speaking about the architecture of the SSD and things of that nature, and then kind of have a little bit of showcase with the Epic Game Store, or no, I'm sorry, not Epic Game Store, but Epic Games in general, showing off Unreal Engine 5, 4. Wow. I'm going to look like a poser online. I'm not even going to edit this out. God, just because I think it's funny. But yeah, man. So we've had some little scuttlebutt here and there. We saw the DualSense controller, not the DualShock 5, with the adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. So, we've had a smattering of information here and there. But now, as of yesterday, I'm recording is June 12th. Yesterday was June 11th, where we had the full PlayStation 5 reveal. Man, was I absolutely knocked out of the park. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't have any pricing information or, concrete date. Sony says that's going to be sometime later I'm assuming the summer. It kept saying holiday, so pardon me for touching my face. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a holiday of some sort, maybe before Black Friday. I wonder if they'll count a holiday or if we'll get closer to Christmas since COVID. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't even know. Probably the audio podcast whenever that posts, but yeah, I don't know about YouTube proper. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. So we started off the event. I was watching the Kind of Funny guys react to it, so. Shout out to Andy, Blessing, Tim, and Greg for entertaining me the whole time I was watching the PlayStation 5 stuff. I actually really like watching them react to it. Shout out to Kevin, keeping them all in frame and stuff. I have no clue how you work your magic, sir. For our entrance ramp thing, I was trying to work Discord. I gave up. I really did. I'm so tired all the time. I got work, kids. You know how it is. But shout out to them. Shout out to Corey Cudney too, just because he's awesome. You're the best, Corey. So yeah, let's kick it off, man. We had some funny discussions on the Twitch chat yesterday, but man, dude, let's talk about. I can't help but like talk about what also Blessing and Tim were talking about during that, which was those transitions, man. Oh my goodness, whoever did the motion graphics for this, dude, was incredible. Like, kudos to you, man, or gal. Like, you guys like knocked it out the park. That was like beautiful, especially seeing it in 4K. The next day, like seeing some of the stuff, like the DualSense trailer, in between gameplay and stuff, man. But whoo boy. So I'm gonna kick it off with like the beginning of the thing, and I'm gonna double back to the second story at the end, just because it's very personal to me. So, man, we had to kick off with Rockstar Games. I immediately thought it was gonna be the agent. I thought they were gonna re-show the agent. It was gonna be real. It's a PS5 launch sale. I don't know why. But no, it's of course the GTA 5. I was surprised it wasn't Bethesda. Pardon me, showing off Skyrim for for next gen consoles. I'm sure that'll come down the line. But yeah, we had Grand Theft Auto 5 is launching with the PlayStation 5. If let me see, I have my notes right behind my camera. Coming to PS5 2021 will be free at launch for PlayStation Plus subscribers. So that's cool. I have a hard time with those games. Like the controls, never make sense to me. I recently like tried Red Dead. I don't know why my brain didn't pick up on it. I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I'm more of a fan of the Saints Row series. It's just not, I know Grand Theft Auto is satirical and stuff, but there's something about like the wacky humor of Saints Row that just tickles me. And then yeah, I think it's like as Andy Cortez, Nitro Rifle himself, mentioned on the Twitch showing. The players, Grand Theft Auto players right now on PlayStation 4 are gonna be getting a stimulus package basically every month, like $1 million shark. Like, I don't know what the hell their money is called, but GTA money. Till the game comes out. I'm gonna skip the second game reveal just because it's very near my heart. I would like to wax poetic about it at the end. Then we, after the second reveal, we had Gran Turismo 7 shown on the PS5. That's cool. I'm not a racing guy. I tried back in the day because like my cousins were into it, and car culture is big, and obviously in the Hispanic community. I love pretty cars. I don't know what the hell's in them. I don't know. Also, I really suck at racing games. I'm like really terrible. If it's Mario Kart, that's one thing, but right after we had, I would say, my wife's game of the show, which was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. They had like a little gameplay thing after the initial like trailer for Rift Apart, and woo boy, I'm telling you, man, Clank looks amazing. That ray tracing, man, buddy. Chrome looking shiny, man. Everything was just nuts, and I like. You can definitely tell with the PlayStation 5 and Series X that this next generation is more about like, what you can do in the world. We already have beautiful game worlds. I mean, they could look a little better, obviously, with foliage and things like that, and ray tracing is going to be a big thing. But I think it's what the game can do, and as they mentioned in the gameplay section with Ratchet and Clank, it looks like when you go through those dimension things, you go through it. Like that was a gameplay section. I hope I'm not, I hope there's not like a Killzone 2 thing with that kind of, or Killzone 3, wherever they showed up PlayStation 3 stuff, and it was just stuff that would never look like that until the end of the PlayStation 3 life cycle. So next we had, moving on, we had Square Enix and Luminous Productions, which I believe is Kitase. I believe Kitase worked on Final Fantasy 15. If I'm wrong, please in the chat say something. I could be talking out my ass. I should have did a little more research on that one. I kind of been busy with my normal 9 to 5 and then my 5 to 10 with my kids. But it was a Project Athea. And then we found out, watching the kind of funny stream, After Earth writer himself. I don't know why that was the first movie that popped in my head. Not my favorite Star Wars movie, Rogue One. Gary Whitta and a bunch of AAA big writers contributed to Project Athea, and he'll have more to say in like I guess in the summertime, as the summer goes on. It looked amazing. I'm not disappointed at all. I was kind of hoping it was Final Fantasy 16 because can you imagine that 1-2 punch with Ratchet and Clank and Gran Turismo, Final Fantasy 16, you know, Spider-Man, which I'll get into later. Oh my lord, man, that would have been nuts. Next we had Stray from Annapurna Interactive. Just another weird Sony game, kind of similar to like PS3 stuff, which I'm really happy. Annapurna Interactive, man, does some like really crazy games. I really gotta play some of them because I really want to try like Florence and stuff like that. There's a little hype video for the system in general, just talking about what it could do. Herman Hull showed up, talking about the new Housemarque game. Not like a top-down twin-stick shooter, as Arcade have been saying. They said a couple years ago, Arcade's dead, and they're working on more like a AAA type title. It's called Returnal. Really weird sci-fi stuff. Housemarque makes good games though, and a lot of people love them. Moving on, we have Sumo Digital with another entry in the Little Big Planet world, but not necessarily like Little Big Planet 4. I was very interested in that. It was called Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And to me, it looked like a Yoshi's Yarn Adventure, Yoshi's Adventure for like Nintendo 64. That's what that's called, right? It's always gonna murder me in the comments. Murder me, absolutely murder me. I'm sorry if I'm getting all this wrong. And then we had a game next. We had Destruction All Stars, Battle Royale Rocket League-esque game. I didn't see any guns, but it just seemed like it was Twisted Metal with color. No murder clowns, always a plus. No murder clowns is always a plus. Unless you like Sweet Tooth, I'm sorry. Just clowns freak me out. After that, we had this game kind of looked like a Pixar version of Kubo. In the last string of the string, I forget. But it was called from Ember Lab Games, called Kenna Bridge of Spirits. This thing looked awesome, man. I rewatched the trailer before earlier today, just on my 4K TV, man. Whew, dude, that looked crazy. Next we had, I believe there's another Annapurna game. I could be incorrect, but it was a Goodbye Volcano High. Very cool, like hand-drawn art style. It seems like slice of life, teenage, drama game with dinosaurs. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting with everyone. I think the meteor might hit at the end. We're gonna have a series finale of dinosaurs all over again. Ooh, man, I hope some people understand that reference. That's kind of dated myself on that one. If it wasn't for the gray hair and the beard and the little hair I have on my head, that was it. That was the one. So next we had Oddworld, Solar Storm. I've never been big into the Oddworld games. I always wanted to try Stranger, but my wife was actually really into them, so she seemed really excited about that. Next, Ghostwire Tokyo. Kamiya showed it off. Actually showing off gameplay, not just a trailer. Man, this looks awesome, dude. It looks really cool. So I also like to see what happened since last year, since the original creative director has left the studio. Tango Gameworks, to see, and she's kind of doing like a walkabout within other gaming developers and stuff like that. So I want to see what like is Ghostwire. This looks really cool. Bethesda does some awesome games. I'm currently playing Doom Eternal on Xbox. Shout out to Sammy. Thank you. So next we had a very weird game to me, Jet: The Far Shore. I don't know, man. It's like self-discovery on a jet ski on different planets. I don't know. I'm not, no offense to you guys. It probably is going to be something like amazing and like heartfelt, and like you get to the end and you just cry, and everyone's going to be like, yo, Carlos, you got to play it. I'm like, oh, crap, really? Yeah, all right. And it's going to be on PS Now or whatever sale. Godfall was shown off. I don't know, to me, I got like very like Avengers, I know Avengers is not out yet, but I got very like Avengers vibes off of that. I got very Avenger vibe off of that. It seems like almost like a game's like a service. I didn't hear much. It's from Gearbox. Moving on, we had Solar Ash. Just from Andy's hype level, watching the Kind of Funny stream, it seems like it's a Hyper Light Drifter sequel. I've never played Hyper Light Drifter. I heard it was amazing. I don't get to play too many video games, so I kind of pick and choose. Afterwards, we had Hitman 3 coming January 2021. They showed off the PlayStation 5 startup. That was awesome. Shows a lot of particle effects, it seemed like, which seems like a big thing being focused on PlayStation 5 and Series X. Astro's Playroom seems like a kind of like a tech demo thing. We heard reports on IGN afterwards that it is going to be bundled in with the game. Like it's something that's on the hard drive itself, or it will download when you turn your system on. Let me see. We had Little Devil Inside that was shown off. NBA 2K21 was previewed, and we had Zion Williams kind of introduce the footage, and he mentioned, it was you're not going to see anything like this ever. And they showed pre-alpha PS5 code, and man, this looks crazy. So if this actual retail game actually looks like this, damn, dude. I had another weird game from the guys from Octodad. Bug hacks. I don't know. You eat like a French fry, your arm turns like a French fry. I always said that was gonna be my friend Lisa. I don't know how she's not a French fry. Honestly, or ketchup. I don't think she has blood anymore. I think she's just ketchup. Then we had Shuei Yoshida showing off a near dear game to his heart, and that was the reveal that Bluepoint Games has redone Demon Souls. A lot of people hype for that. I'm not one of those Souls games. Closest I got to them was Jedi Fallen Order, and by saying that, someone wants to hurt me because that's technically not a Souls game. It's very slow, Souls light. It's like Pokemon RPG. It's your first steps in the RPG world. Then we had Deathloop. Oh man, Deathloop looks insane. Oh my god, this looks awesome. Can't wait to see what the story is. Arcane had a lot of a decent amount of success with the Dishonored series, and kind of making almost like a modern Dishonored with a 70s grindhouse style. Looks nuts, having gunplay. I think it's gonna be cool. Man, then we had the reveal of Resident Evil 8, or they're calling it Resident Evil Village, the VII, or the L's. I guess they'll turn into the Roman numeral 8. Dumb Resident Evil stuff. I love it. It seems all the rumors are true. Ethan is back. Something happens. Chris Redfield hurts him some way. I don't know why. Why would he do that? That's not the Chris I know. Hashtag not my Chris. Hashtag not my Chris. Honestly, if the rumors are very true, and Chris hurts Ethan's child, I honestly don't know if I could play it. That's kind of the whole dad in me. It's a little rough to do stuff to kids now. I used to watch horror movies and kids would go, and I'm like, oh wow, they did. Oh, kudos. Can't do that anymore, man. It's too real. So that's the case. I don't know, man. And then how do you you play Chris Redfield in so many games, and it just can't be Chris. I'm with Imran Khan. That's not Chris, dude. Can't be. I don't know. It's Chris's, stepbrother, who's also a Wesker somehow. I don't know, man. It's not happen. It's dumb. It's Resident Evil. I love it. Don't get me. I'm excited. I want to play it. I don't know if mentally and emotionally I can deal with a kid dying. This is what do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna say this in next week. Next video will probably be about Last of Us. That's gonna be the opening scene. I'm great. I'm in here now, I guess. They Capcom showed off Pragmata. Weird sci-fi game. Looks gorgeous in that pre-rendered footage. I'm assuming it's pre-rendered. That'd be cool. It's actually really running. If that's in game. But that's a 2022 game. No clue what it is, but it looked like Vanquish, which I've never played. So I'm gonna skip the next game, and we'll talk about the console, man. So This thing, man, is getting roasted online. Like a lot of people are saying it looks like Kaiba, Seto Kaiba's like jacket. Oh my god, it looks like a Wi-Fi router. To be fair, my Wi-Fi router actually looks like a white Xbox One Series X, so I don't know what to say, but I think this thing looks awesome, man. It looks weird on the side to me, but whatever. I wish there was a black edition just because I like that aesthetic. That kind of like matte black would be awesome. The special edition is gonna be crazy for this thing. Honestly, like we get like a Cyberpunk edition or like a Spider-Man one. Oh my god, dude! Spider-Man Miles Morales one. I'm saying Sony. I'm just starting this, man, but hook me up, bro. Hook me up. I got Miles Morales stuff. I don't. You can't see it. It's downstairs because my son loves Miles Morales. We watch it every day. I'm just saying, Bill Roseman, you want to hit me up? I mean, I need a PS5, and I'm poor, and I kind of want a house. So I rent. I mentioned that in the previous video. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, yeah, Sony, y'all want to hook me up? That'd be cool. I'm just saying. I'm just starting, but that'd be cool. Holla at your boy. nerd.a.day.pod@gmail.com. Please, thank you. Anyway, there's a digital edition. I think I actually might go for the digital edition because it's gonna be cheaper. And again, I'm poor because I want a house, and I don't have a house right now. I live in a house. It's not my house. I don't own it. It is a home, but not my house. But yeah, that digital edition looks crazy, man. I also like physical media is rough too, especially with 2 kids. Pardon me, under 3. It's I don't trust my toddler not to break it. I feel like he just would one day because I told him to try broccoli. That's another video. I'm not gonna talk about my kids. Anyway, so the biggest video game news to me was Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Wow. I mean, there's no date when it's coming out. I'm assuming some of the underwater content is like actual gameplay. It seemed like it transitioned to like some gameplay. I don't know what's gameplay and what's going to be, pre-rendered or like a CG cutscene, but holy lord, man, this game looks like going out west, seeing San Francisco, seeing Lance Reddick's character again, and I'm assuming we'll see some hints of how it ended. Play into part 2 and Aloy's new kind of like protector role and seeing now she knows like what happened to the Earth. And it seems like this like kind of like this like whatever's going on with the planet itself, like the planet is hurting. A la Geostigmata in Final Fantasy VII, having children. I am a nerd. I apologize for nothing. Dude, that game looked insane, dude. Insane. And the piece de resistance for me, man. I'm telling you, this is just like a, we got more confirmation this morning from like, thank you, Jason Schreier. But, Miles freaking Morales Spider-Man game. A Miles Morales Spider-Man game. Now, according to Jason Schreier, it's gonna be a la like Lost Legacy, right? Yeah, Uncharted, Lost Legacy, in scope, like not a full game, not just like a 2-hour thing, like somewhere in between. I mean, they already have that New York built out and on that engine for Spider-Man, so it looks like it takes place in wintertime and it's gonna be focused on Miles, so we get to see like his powers, his electricity base, like the Venom Strike and the invisibility and that badass costume, created by Sarah Pichelli and Brian Michael Bendis. And holy lord, dude, this game looks insane. We're getting a Miles Morales game. I'm assuming Uncle Aaron's the bad guy. We haven't seen him at all. We saw Jefferson, we saw Rio. We haven't seen Aaron yet. Cool. I mean, I don't know if Bill Roseman could do this, Get Childish Gambino, man. Get that Donald Glover in there, man. He already plays him technically in the MCU. He's voiced Miles in Ultimate Spider-Man when he first appeared. I mean, he's the reason why we have Miles Morales. So why not get Donald Glover to play Uncle Aaron, but like a different version, not like the MCU version, where he seems like just real chill, bumbling, not bumbling, but like, he's like chill, like a more sinister, maybe a little more sinister than Into the Spider-Verse, like kind of more along the comic book line. Dude, that'd be insane. That'd be insane. But man, I'm telling you, man, just I think it's the perfect time, perfect place. I'll leave with everything going on in the world, especially in America. I think it's beautiful to see the taglines, right? Be greater, be yourself. And I know a lot of people will kind of BS, like it's just company speak or whatever, but Miles is very special to me. I love Spider-Man in general. I love Peter. I love Miguel O'Hara. But Miguel and Miles are special to me because for the first time, it was like that fulfillment of Stan Lee, right? Like anyone could wear the mask. He could be black, he could be Asian, he could be Hispanic under that mask. That's why kids love Spider-Man. Spider-Man he wrote happens to be a white kid from Queens named Peter Parker who lives with his uncle and aunt. You know, a lot of kids are getting introduced to that, and also Miles Morales. Because like Brian Michael Bendis said, if a kid were to get bit by a spider now, radioactive spider in today's age, he'd be black. He'd probably be from Brooklyn. He'd probably be Puerto Rican. So he made him black and Puerto Rican. And I have mixed kids, and that's amazing. And like Into the Spider-Verse is played almost daily in our household, and my son is latched on to Miles, and it's just beautiful. Like I teared up, and yeah, it's just a Superman. I'm sorry, pardon me, a Spider-Man game. My son's named after a Superman character, but just that raw beauty that like Miles brings, that like, and the tagline, just be yourself. You be yourself, because you're amazing. Anyone could wear the mask, right? That's what they say in the Spider-Man. Anyone could wear the mask. It could be you. It doesn't have to be me. And if you don't know that, now you do. And now with Marvel Games and Bill Roseman and the Insomniac guys, you got be yourself. What a perfect time. What a perfect timing to hear that, especially if you're a young black or Latino kid, man. Especially if you're black, especially this past week, watching the TV, and you just love video games, right? You just love video games. And then turn on the TV, or turn on Twitch, or go on YouTube, and see, there's this new Spider-Man game. That's cool. I love Spider-Man. Wait, Miles Morales? I get to play as Miles Morales? And then that tagline, man, be yourself. You be yourself. It's just mwah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, like having somebody to look up to, someone that looks like you. It means the world, man. It means the world to kids, and they get it. You know, when Black Panther came out, kids got to see themselves in T'Challa and Shuri, these amazingly brilliant people who run one of the best countries in the Marvel universe. The king and princess, and a badass superhero at that. Come on, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. If you're just a young teenager, awkward at the world, you see Spider-Man, and you're just like, I'm like Peter. I'm weird. We see Miles like, I'm cool but kind of weird. You know, that's just amazing, man. It's just absolutely amazing. You get to see representation matters. I'm going off on a little tangent. We're almost at 30 minutes, but I just wanted to kind of wax poetic about Miles Morales for a minute. I'll have to do a video just about Miles, but that's the PlayStation 5, man. That looks amazing. This looks great. I can't wait. I really want a house, though, so I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I bought PS4 on day one. That's a very lovely photo. I should add that at the end if I knew how to edit. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Well, that's it. That's my little PS5 super roundup. I'm sure you have plenty of other people in your feed who did the same thing. Or you're like me, you like kind of funny, and they did the same thing. Well, until next time, guys, and little spoiler for what the next video is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about Last of Us. So I think we're gonna ride the Sony train just for a little bit longer. But again, Shu, Herman, you know, I don't know who's, whoever wants to reach out to me, nerd.a.day.pod@gmail. Hit me up, man. I'm in Philly. PS5 comes out. You want to just be like, hey, man, you want to do a review? I'll gladly be like, hey, FCC. Product provided by PlayStation. Just hit me up. Call me. Email me. At Twitter. Nerd_A_day. Just saying. All my stuff's there. That's awesome, right? That's awesome. No? Okay. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you for indulging me. I wanted this to be shorter. It's not. I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm just excited about the PlayStation. But that's my time, guys. I'll see you guys next time. And if you're a wrestling fan, check out Interest Rant Pod. See you guys next time. Bye.